All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're putting a magnifying glass on a piece of tech that is literally making waves all over Amazon right now, the OnePlus Buds 4. Now, the audio market is notoriously crowded, and honestly, it is incredibly easy to get completely lost in a sea of marketing jargon. So what we're going to do is decode the actual spec sheet, strip away all that flashy promotional language, and look straight at the real, verified customer reviews to see what the reality is behind the hype. So, the big, crucial question we really need to answer today is this. At a price point of roughly $135, can these budget-friendly earbuds actually deliver on their premium tech promises? Because normally, flagship audio comes with a flagship price tag. You're usually shelling out well over $200. We want to figure out if OnePlus has actually found a way to democratize high-end sound, or if, well, you're just getting exactly what you pay for.
All right, let's move to our first section, decoding the audio tech. First up, they have this feature called Golden Sound. And look, I know, that sounds like pure marketing fluff, right? But it's actually a super fascinating piece of tech. It runs a personalized test through a companion app to literally map your specific ear canal, which, by the way, is as unique as a fingerprint, and then it adapts the audio output to your individual hearing style. And under the hood, that custom profile is powered by some seriously heavy-hitting hardware. We're talking dual digital to analog converters, dual drivers, and high-res LHD 5.0 support. In simple terms, it basically means the audio signal stays incredibly pure all the way from your phone straight to your eardrum. It allows for what OnePlus describes as thunderous bass and shattering highs completely without distortion. Which brings us to OnePlus's ultimate claim for this whole category: sensationally sculpted sound. Yeah. It's quite the tongue twister, and honestly, it kind of sounds like an ad for a high-end shampoo. But hey, big words on a product page are easy to write. The real test is whether this sculpted sound actually translates to your daily commute or a heavy gym session. So, does it actually work? Well, according to verified users, absolutely. Buyers like James and Steve hit the nail on the head, confirming that the 16-ohm impedance and those dual drivers we just talked about truly deliver the goods. They specifically call out the nice, deep, rich sound and mention the clarity is top-notch. It's a perfect example of specs on a piece of paper translating to actual, tangible quality for your ears. Let's jump into our next section, mastering noise and calls. We've got two contrasting algorithm-powered modes working here. First, there's adaptive active noise cancellation, which dynamically knocks out up to a staggering 55 decibels of ambient noise. That is some serious noise blocking. But then, on the flip side, you have transparency mode. This lets you seamlessly switch from completely blocking out the clanking weights at a noisy gym to having total environmental awareness when you're crossing a busy city street, all without ever having to take the earbuds out. Now, what about when you actually need to speak? OnePlus promises that their AI clear call algorithm with a 3-mic system intelligently filters out the wind and background chaos. The goal here is crystal clear calls, even if you're standing on a crowded street, sitting in a noisy restaurant, or just in a bustling office. It literally uses artificial intelligence to isolate your voice from the background noise. And we can see this validated perfectly by user Yelena A. She points out that the noise-canceling efficiency and the mic pickup quality actually put a lot of pricier competitors to shame. Look, when a $135 pair of earbuds is going toe-to-toe with $250 options for call clarity, that is a massive win for sure. Okay, moving on to AI and smart connectivity. This part is genuinely fascinating. Just how simple they make this super complex AI feature look. If you're connected to a OnePlus phone, breaking down language barriers is literally as easy as 1, 2, 3 taps on the earbud. Activating that seamless real-time AI translation completely transforms these from just a simple audio device into a pretty vital travel companion. Of course, to power all that AI, you're going to need some serious juice. 45 hours. That is the massive total battery life you get when you combine the earbuds with their charging case. And that kind of longevity perfectly complements their IP55 water and dust resistance. Basically, it means these aren't fragile little pieces of tech. They're built for heavy, uninterrupted daily use, whether you're sweating on a marathon run or you just get caught in a sudden rainstorm. The manufacturer sums up all these capabilities with the claim, "Smarter ways to connect." This covers their proprietary Steady Connect tech for reliable signals, but more importantly, it includes the highly sought-after multi-point connection. This is the ability to juggle multiple devices simultaneously. Think watching a video on your laptop and then flawlessly taking an incoming call from your phone without missing a beat. Reviewer Steve really rounds this spec in reality for us. He mentions the fast pairing with both his Samsung and his iPhone. It just shows how flawlessly the multi-point connection switches between entirely different operating systems on the fly. It's exactly this kind of everyday convenience that's actually causing users to ditch their older and sometimes even way more expensive daily earbuds.
Let's wrap things up with our final section, the customer verdict. To make sure we're getting the complete objective picture, we synthesized 181 Amazon reviews, and the data reveals a massive consensus. A whopping 81% of them are 5-star reviews, netting a total score of 4.7 out of 5 stars. That is undeniably excellent for any piece of consumer tech. But, as an explainer, we pride ourselves on giving you the whole story. So let's look a little closer at the critiques to be completely impartial and see what those 1, 2, and 3-star reviewers are actually saying. Because even top-rated tech has a few caveats, right? Digging into the data shows 2 recurring, albeit pretty minor, inconveniences for users: physical size and app dependency. Let's break down exactly what they mean by this. First up, the app dependency. James points out a slight bit of friction here. Instead of just getting a simple automatic pop-up on his phone screen letting him know the case's battery life, he actually has to, gasp, launch an app just to check the percentage. It's a very modern, minor UI quirk, but yeah, it definitely adds a tiny bit of friction to the daily user experience. Second, we have the physical size. Calder adds a really helpful warning about the form factor. While he praises the sound and the battery, he notes that they are physically larger than some competing brands. That might cause some ear fatigue or discomfort during extended listening sessions, like, say, a super long meeting. If you have smaller ears, this structural reality is absolutely something you should keep in mind. So, having decoded the specs, examined that incredible 55 decibel noise cancellation, and marveled at the 45-hour battery life, it leaves us with one final thought. Are the OnePlus Buds 4 just a really good deal, or have they completely shattered the baseline for budget-friendly tech? I mean, when $135 gets you real-time AI translation and flagship dual drivers, the entire industry is officially on notice. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning the specs and keep learning.